Well, thanks for staying with us. This is Firecrackers, and we're live from Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos. I am Kelly Egiga. Tonight, we asked the very big question on the show tonight. Is Nigeria close to becoming a failed state with recent reports of kidnappings, banditry? There's the issue of recession. I mean, the COVID-19 pandemic is also very present as well in the country, as we are currently experiencing a second wave of the coronavirus here in Nigeria. Tonight we pay close attention to that as we're joined by the NMA chairman here in Lagos, Dr. Adetunji. That's in the moment, but I understand that a former lawmaker, Honorable Kehinde Odeneye, joins us live via Zoom tonight. We also have Senator Shehu Sani. I saw him a moment ago on a Zoom call as well. Also joining us, a politician and Nigerian activist as well, joining us via Zoom. Tonight, it does appear that we will see how we can connect with them. I've lost them for just lost signals for just a moment, but I think I'm getting feeders that we have them very shortly. But I think I can see Honorable Shehu Sani, Senator Shehu Sani now, Nigerian politician and human rights activist. He joins us live via Skype. We also have Honorable Kehinde Odeneye, former lawmaker at the House of Representatives. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on the show tonight. Merry Christmas, first of all, to you two. But let's begin far away in Kaduna State with Senator Shehu Sani. Senator, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. You have been very critical of this particular administration. I mean, I had cause to go through your Twitter page, and I saw a lot of comments there. Why is that so, Shehu Sani? Maybe I need to go over my question again. Let's begin in Kaduna State, where we have Shehu Sani standing by. Shehu Sani, I said you have been very critical of this particular administration. Why is that so? Okay, I think we're having a bit of a connection problem here. But Senator Shehu Sani, if you can hear me loud and clear, Senator Shehu Sani from Kaduna State, if you can hear me loud and clear, you have been very critical of this particular administration, and we're wondering and asking why is that so? Okay, I guess we're having some issues connecting with Shehu Sani. We can see the visuals, but he's yet to probably get audio signals from Kaduna State. But let's begin here in Lagos, where... Oh, you can hear me now? Okay, Senator. Well, so, Senator, the question is it's straightforward. You have been very critical of this particular administration. I mean, we've seen some of your tweets. We're just wondering, why is that so?
But the reality of the situation we find ourselves, particularly those of us from the northern part of Nigeria, specifically those of us in the northwestern part of Nigeria, our people are being killed every day. Our people are being kidnapped every day. People are selling their homes and farms to pay ransom, and it is consistently failed to take action. Our security agencies have failed to take action, and this is unabated. Every day has become a day of funeral, of mourning, and people are dying, and it appears that people have become so helpless and losing hope to the reality, bringing out the reality of our situation, and they are putting pressure on government, on security agencies to act.
Well, Senator, it appears we are having
these abductions, this carnage this mind of
Yes,
kidnappers and bandits.
I can hear you, but it does appear that
kidnappers and bandits are killing people.
We have your audio signals, but your visuals keep missing, Senator. Well, I think we have you back now. Maybe you can just round off on your thoughts.
Kaduna has become the hope of kidnappers and bandits. Just yesterday, Pastor or Apostle Emmanuel Babo and his wife were abducted in a prayer ground in southern Kaduna, and nobody knows what is out of Kaduna without being kidnapped. And people are increasingly becoming helpless and hopeless, and that informs the reason why we use the social media to put pressure on government and security agencies to act to stop this carnage and banditry and act of terrorism.
All right, Senator, stay with us. Let's take this conversation. Let's bring it back here in Lagos, where Honorable Shehu Odeneye is standing by, former lawmaker with the House of Representatives. Honorable Shehu, thank you so much for joining us tonight via Zoom as well. Let's even begin with this very, very worrying reports we are hearing: the kidnap of the PFN chairman of Kaduna State, Apostle Emmanuel Bako, and then, of course, with his wife as well. There's also the report on Christmas Day in Otupo local government area of Benue State, where, you know, there were reports of some shootings as well. Honorable Shehu, how would you respond to this very, very recent and worrying report here in Nigeria, across the states in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much, and compliment of the season to you.
Thank you.
It's very, very unfortunate, the situation we find ourselves, and most especially in Kaduna State. Some time ago, we talked about this on your station, and I said I am a bit worried. I'm not too satisfied with the way the governor of the state has been handling the situation in the state. Kaduna State has become so worrisome, and I don't know if the governor is so comfortable sitting down there without having solutions to that problem or to the problems around there. I think it's not too good when not just the bishop that was kidnapped and his wife, but the situation in Kaduna State has become so bad that people now live in fear. And again, to the governor, I expected him, as I said earlier on your station, that I expected him to have convened a security summit where he needs to call stakeholders together and find lasting solutions to the problems in Kaduna State. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure if that has been done. A lot of sentiment has been played. I mean, it's playing out.
Honorable Shehu, just a moment, Honorable Shehu. Honorable Shehu, just a moment. While it appears, yes, I'm with you, but just a moment. While it appears that you're putting the blame on the Kaduna State government and on the governor, it does appear it's not a Kaduna State thing. I mean, because we have the kidnap of the Kankara schoolboys in Katsina State just about a few weeks ago, though thankfully they have been released. In Borno State, there have also been killings. In fact, over the weekend as well, the report of attacks in Borno State where Boko Haram insurgents attacked a particular village and the residents had to run away for safety. So I'm saying that I don't think it's just a Kaduna State thing. Katsina State is under fire, Zamfara State as it appears, and Borno State as well.
Yeah. Tell me, why I mentioned Kaduna State governor issue is the fact that if you look at Kaduna State situation, it's a particular section of Kaduna that is mostly affected, not the whole of Kaduna State. However, if you are talking about the general security situation in the country, I think it's very, very worrisome. Again, The Kankara issue, I am still I am still yet to come to terms with what happened in Kankara, because I listened quite well to the army general that was online, on TV, telling Nigerians that the bandits, abducted the children of Kankara school on bikes, and I wondered how many bikes were actually used, because if you're talking about motorbikes, that means nothing less than 150 motorbikes must have been used, and if that be the case, the part they passed through up until the time they got into the bush. I wondered if there were no human beings around that area at all. I wondered if there were no security people around that area, even with all the security personnel that the governor of Katsina State have been telling us that are in place in Katsina State. So I think there is a lot into the banditry and kidnapping and even Boko Haram issues around those areas. But why I mentioned Kaduna State governors in the Kaduna State situation is the fact that Kaduna State issue is not about all the areas in Kaduna State. It's specific to a particular section of Kaduna State. But generally speaking, the security challenges in the country is very, very worrisome. And I think it is high time the government, most especially the president of this nation, have to rise to the occasion. We've been
I'm afraid that we have to just hold your thoughts for a moment as we take a breather on the program. We'll be back in just a moment as we continue analyzing issues of national interest with close reference this time around to the reports from the UK that describes Nigeria as a country that is close to becoming a failed state. That in a moment we'll get your perspective, as well as that from Senator Shehu Sani, who is standing by to speak with us as well via Zoom from Kaduna State. That in a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Staying with us, this is Firecrackers, where we take time to reflect on issues of national interest, and we're live here in Lagos, Nigeria. I am Kelly Egiga. We are on this very, very worrying issue of insecurity as we take time to reflect on the year 2020. It has been an eventful year, I must say. The issue of the COVID-19 pandemic earlier in the year, we also had the NSAS protests, we have a recession, which we are currently in. I mean, there are serious reports about the Naira even falling even further from the MBS by January 2021. So tonight we ask the big question, is Nigeria close to becoming a failed state? Let's take this conversation now live to Kaduna, where Shehu Sani is standing by. Shehu Sani, would you subscribe, would you agree with that report from the UK, the Financial Times in London, that says Nigeria is close to becoming a failed state?
Most important component or factor that qualifies a state being categorized as a failing state is the inability of the government to exercise control in all parts of the territory it presides over, and the inability of the state apparatus to exercise control and order, law and order in the territory within which it constitutionally operates. And if this is a factor and an element to consider, it is right that the Financial Times profile us as a failing state. And we should not be angry. We should see that report as a mirror of ourselves and the need to act, because they didn't say we have failed, but we are failing. So it is something that can still be reversed. And if you look at what is happening in the country today, where people are being kidnapped and security agencies are helpless when reports are being taken to them, and you go and pay ransom, and then your hostages is being released, and nothing happens, then what else can a state be qualified than that? Look at what is happening in Libya. Libya now is controlled by warlords. It depends on which part of the country you go into. You pay taxes to certain warlords before you move further. Now, it has reached a point whereby bandits and insurgents, particularly in the north, are not just extorting ransom from those they abducted, but also imposing levies. And this is a country that has a functional police force and an army and all sort of paramilitary agencies. So it is right that we are failing, and it's also a message and an indication that there is the need for us to wake up, particularly those in the position of power, to reverse this trend. They came into power in 2015 on the promise that law and order will be restored in the country, and the security challenges of this country will be magically brought to an end. But see what is happening 5 years after. Now those in the position of leadership are resigning by saying that it's only God that can control our borders, it's only God that can control the insecurity in the country, blah, blah, blah. It is a fact that we are failing. It is also a message to those in the position of power to do what they can to reverse this trend. A failing Nigeria, a failed state like Nigeria, will be a catastrophe to the whole of West Africa and Central African region. And that is what we need to do.
All right, Senator, maybe just before I get the reaction of Honorable Kehinde back here in Lagos, Bishop Matthew Kuka, the Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, has put out a statement which has gotten the attention of the presidency. The Minister for Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, put out a statement there saying that religious leaders actually do have the right to speak truth to the to speak truth to power, but he has also warned that there may be possible consequences. I saw a tweet of yours, which is also very, very trendy on Twitter, where you said that Kuka actually, well, he spoke the truth. You said if anyone is going to be stroked, they should all be stroked equally, because the Sultan of Sokoto, I think in your tweet, you captured some other persons who have made some references to this particular administration. But what's your thoughts on Matthew Kuka's statement in his Christmas message and the federal government's reaction to this?
Well, first of all, Matthew Kuka is from my state. I'm from the central part of Kaduna, and he's from the southern part of Kaduna. And his statement,
all right, it does
position.
Well, Senator, we have your audio signals, but it does appear we have lost your visuals signals as well.
Clear so that he has been consistent in terms of making
come back to you. But let's see now if we can take this conversation back here in Lagos, where Honorable Kehinde is standing by. Kehinde, let's begin with the reaction from Bishop Matthew Kuka in his Christmas message titled "A Nation in Search of Vindication." A nation in search of vindication. And I'll do my best to see if I can just read some very, very interesting lines here. The bishop says, the president has sacrificed the dreams of Nigerians on the altar of nepotism by allegedly pursuing northern hegemony, whatever that means. And then the bishop went further to say that Nigeria appears to be heading for darkness under President Muhammadu Buhari's regime. How would you respond to the words of the revered Bishop Matthew Kukah?
Let me put it this way. Bishop Kukah has right in his opinion. However, looking at the generality of the problems we have or we are confronted with in Nigeria, there's a need for caution, most especially from people like Bishop Kukah, who is supposed to be backing up the government with prayers. Yes, I want to agree to a large extent that we are having serious problems in the country. When you look at security situation, when you look at our economy, however, it's not to the extent of saying that we have actually totally failed in all ramifications. No. Bishop Kukah, I believe, is someone that a lot of people listen to, and so when we make comments, we have to be a bit careful in the sense that, especially for those leaders that a lot of Nigerians are looking up to, we are supposed to be given messages of hope. When people like Bishop Kukah start giving this kind of messages, it sends a serious signal to a lot of Nigerians. And that is only
just a moment, Honorable Kende. I'm tempted to ask this question, Honorable Kende. I'm tempted to ask these questions. So, in your opinion, you probably also think that religious leaders should probably not even meddle into politics.
I didn't get you, please.
Honorable Kende, I'm asking, from the line of your thoughts, are you also saying that religious leaders should not even meddle in politics or affairs of politicians?
No, don't get me wrong. They have the right. I said it at the beginning that everybody, including religious leaders, have the right to make comments and express their opinion. However, they have special position in the country, and that is the more reason why their statements, their opinion, must be expressed with caution, because a lot of people look up onto them, and they must have seen one or two things before making comments. What he saw may not be the same thing with what I saw. So, and the perception and the way I receive his comments may not necessarily be the way he has made his comments. And that is why, because of his position, most especially when we have leaders that people look up on to, we must express our opinion very, very cautiously.
I think that's a good place to leave it. But just before we begin to round off on this conversation very quickly, what's your definition of a failed state? And would you also agree to the reports from the UK's Financial Times that says Nigeria is a country that is gradually closing in, closing in as a failed state?
No. I won't agree in totality with such statements. And I will say it, I'll put it this way. If you talk about security, yes, we have been trying our efforts. The government has been trying. Although, in terms of security, we are failing. When you talk about the economy, we are not failing. When you talk about infrastructure, we are not failing. So, in totality, if you add everything together, when you look at segments, there are areas where we can conclusively say that yes, we are failing, most especially when it comes to security challenges. We are failing, and it is high time the government has to do something. I agree totally with what Senator Sani said, that we shouldn't look at this, we shouldn't take this in a negative perspective. Rather, it is a call on the government to wake up to the challenges we have been faced with and take decisive positions and decisions, and looking forward, making sure that things are put in the right perspective. So, but I would not agree that we are failing. But because there are areas where we are improving, there are areas where the government is trying, there are areas where the country as a whole is also doing very well.
Can you mention those areas, Honorable Kende, maybe in 30 seconds?
Oh, look at infrastructure, for instance. We have never had the kind of infrastructural development that we are witnessing in this country this moment. We are not. If what this government, let us put politics apart, if what this government is doing is what every other government that has been in place before this government is doing has been doing, we will have been better than where we are today. So as far as I'm concerned, in terms of infrastructure, the government has tried. The government has not freed the country.
All right, Honorable Kende, let's take this conversation now to Kaduna State, where Senator Shehu Sani is back with us on the line. Senator Shehu Sani, we lost your signals for a moment. Thank goodness you're back, Senator Shehu. Would you agree totally with what Honorable Kende has said? He believes that Nigeria probably has failed in terms of security, but in other areas such as the economy, infrastructure, he believes that we are doing even way better than past administrations. Is that a thought or a view that you share, Honorable Senator Shehu Sani? Please, can we have Senator Shehu Sani with us on the screen, please? Technical. All right, you're watching Firecrackers. Let's take a moment. We'll be back in just a moment as we see if we can reconnect with Senator Shehu Sani far away in Kaduna State. That's the moment. Stay with us. Firecrackers returns in just a moment.
They're not meant to be gatherings. We've said so. The curfew has been set by NCDC, PTF is still active. From 12 midnight to 4 a.m. there is a national curfew, and that has to be respected. There are no night vigils in any form. The instructions are there. All of the restrictions are still in place that have been set by PTF and also Lagos State Safety Commission, and all of the rules that have been set. So there are no vigils anywhere. I mean, this is just one Christmas. We will have several Christmas. So please, you can have your prayers at home. You can. I mean, but the curfews even start at 12. So people still need to obey those rules.
Well, thanks for staying with us. This is Firecrackers, where we discuss issues of national interest. We'll be speaking with Senator Shehu Sani, a Nigerian politician and human rights activist in Kaduna State. And here in Lagos, we have also a former lawmaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Kende Odeneye. It does appear that Shehu Sani is unable to connect with us because it appears that we have lost the signals again just before coming back on the show tonight. Well, let's see now if we can wrap things off on this particular segment with Honorable Kende. Honorable Kende, as we begin to wrap things off on the show tonight, Serap has asked the presidents and governors to disclose security vote for 2020, Honorable Kende. I'm going to ask you a question about this as we begin to wind down on the show on this particular segment. But stay with us. It appears we have Senator Shehu back on the program. Let's see if we can speak with him and get to wrap things off. Honorable Senator Shehu Sani. Senator Shehu Sani, we lost signals for a moment, but let's see now if we can just begin to round off on the show tonight on this particular segment. Senator Shehu Sani, I was asking before we lost your signals, would you agree with Honorable Odeneye in Lagos, who believes that this particular administration is doing well in other areas, apart from its security, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the economy, though we are in a recession? Shehu Sani.
So it is natural that we all have a different perspective on things. Right now, I'm in the center of Kaduna, and there are 5 routes that lead to the city. And all the roads to my city are not accessible anytime from 4 p.m. Whether you are going to Lagos Road or Zaria Road or Abuja Road or Southern Kaduna Road. So we are virtually encircled, and we have been in a situation where most times we have to help our neighbors and our friends to pay ransom to free their own beloved ones that are being kidnapped. So it is natural that I come from a place where my view may be a bit more extreme than that of the honorable that is down there. For us, infrastructure is secondary, the economy is secondary, because the lives of our people is at stake, and the apparatus of the state and the government has failed to protect us. Once you can't move around, you can't go to the farms, you can't go to work, you can't travel in or out of your city except by train services, then every other thing is secondary. So for us, it is right to say that the country is failing. But we should understand the difference between failing and failed. It is failing, and it still can be reversed. When it fails, it means that it cannot be reversed. Yes.
All right, Senator, because we are pressed for time, we would have loved to have you more on the show tonight. But how would you respond to the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP? Well, the group is asking the president and governors to disclose their security votes for 2021. Do you think that is necessary? And do you think that things may improve in terms of security if this action is given some sense of thought? Well, it does appear again that we've lost signals with Senator Shehu Sani. Well, the internet has been messing with us tonight on the show. But let's see now, Honorable Odeneye, as we're going to round off now with you, do you think that SERAP asking Mr. President and governors to disclose their security votes for 2021 would do us any good?
Yeah, I do not really understand precisely what they want to do with the disclosure. Rather, I would have expected that what they should be requesting the state governors and the president to do is to give us a roadmap on the roadmap on how the security challenges in the country and various states are going to be tackled with. Disclosure of security votes would not necessarily bring about solution to the current security challenges that we have. So I do not understand what precisely they want to do with that. I, as a Nigerian, will expect the president to address the nation on what have been put in place to ensure that Nigeria is safe from being a failed country in terms of security in 2021. And also the various states that have been confronted with security challenges. I expect that as a Nigerian, I expect that the governors should come out to tell us precisely what they are putting in place. What measures have been proposed should be taken to be put in place to take care of security challenges in 2021. So SERAP, as they are reading, to request for disclosure of the security vote, but for me, it does not make any meaning to me.
Honorable Kende,
they want to do.
What I want the president to tell Kende, we have to let you go now because we are absolutely pressed for time. Honorable Kende Odeneye, a former lawmaker with the House of Representatives, would like to thank you so much for speaking with Galaxy TV tonight. We also had a Nigerian politician and human rights activist from Kaduna State, Senator Shehu Sani, also joining us live via Zoom. Gentlemen, we'd like to thank you so much for speaking with Galaxy TV. Well, still to come on the show, we get some perspective from the NMA chairman here in Lagos, the Nigerian Medical Association here in Lagos, Dr. Adetunji. He speaks to us about the new COVID-19 variant, which it does appear from investigations by the CDC, its presence here in Nigeria. Wow. Plus, we get some perspective also tonight from Barcelona, where Barcelona-based Nigerian singer Artist Soul joins us live as he shares his Christmas in a pandemic thoughts with us. That's in a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.